MajorSlackAttack.
Hey, thanks for joining me again. Continuing our hellacious run through Tycho's Ribs here in Borderlands The Pre-Sequel. The commentary is dubbed. And here's that strategy I was telling you about, where when you're waiting for Athena's shield to recharge, just whip out a Tesla grenade into whatever choke point is in front of you, and that keeps the enemies at bay while you're waiting for your shield to recharge. Hey, there's some good strategy for you. Hey, stick with the slack and you won't get whacked. Here comes the Guardian. It's getting right up in my face. See this? I'm shocking the hell out of him, and he's completely unfazed. I talked about this last video. Guardians cannot be stunned by elemental weaponry. What's the difference here? Okay, this guy got frozen, so it's not a good example, but Lost Legions, okay? You hit him with a shock weapon, they're stunned. You can even stun lock them. That's why those Guardians are such a pain in the arse. Fast moving, they get right up in your face and they can't be stunned. And these flying fuckers too. Can fly over your Tesla grenades. So those guys, you just gotta, like, you know, take them on the hard way. See that? He's right over the Tesla grenade. Can't be touched. This guy, I eventually just got fed up with him, and I whipped out my my rocket launcher. Here I'm like, okay, enough of this. Yeah, rockets are expensive, but sometimes they can really dig you out of some deep shit. So use them. Here's another one. So I got no shield, and here he comes, and I'm reloading. And down he goes. Carefully reloading my weapons. That's something I rarely do when I'm doing running live commentary. I always forget to do that. So this area is almost clear. There is one more enemy there. You can just see he just appeared on the map there. I'm not quite aware of him yet. So I start looting and then I see him on the minimap. What's the matter, Slack? I think there's somebody here. Yeah, there is. He's right over there. Go get him. He's right up there. Kind of hiding out. So out goes the kiss of death. That'll home in on him. And mwah.
Did anyone see that?
Finally he's excited. I don't think that kiss of death did anything to him at all. That was like a direct hit. I'm pretty sure it attached itself to him. It was sending back health though, but you saw his health bar. It was like, it was pretty full. So the reason why we came in here, you don't have to actually come in here. You can just skip over this whole area. So you can skip a huge battle. But It's worth it. Why is that, Slack? Because there's 5, count them, 5 weapon chests up that ramp there. Alright, I'm gonna go get them in a minute. So if you want lots of loot, make sure you take on this area. Just doing an ammo count. Need some pistol ammo. Keep feeding that great Hyperion shock pistol. Here I'm just checking out this area here. I never noticed this before, and I'm wondering if it has any strategic value. Probably not. This jump pad would be great if it could take you to that top ramp there. Maybe you could reach it if you added a little double jump at the middle of the jump. Give yourself, like, extend the jump a little bit. Then maybe you could speed right in here, use that jump pad, get up on the top ramp, and get in the weapon chest room, and that'd be a great standoff point because you have a beautiful choke point at the door and probably no enemies behind you. Plus the ammo. So there's another strategy for you guys. Untried though. Don't blame me if you die. Okay, there we go. Goodies galore. Not going to check them out all out carefully. Basically, I'm concerned mostly with taking the high value ones and leaving the low value ones. There are a couple of things I find that are useful though. It's a TDR Slack, forget it. TDR, okay, there we go. And that is this blue Oz kit right here, or blue class mod, sorry. 4 to the Athena skill and 3 to the Omega Senshu skill, both skills which I'm using. The Athena skill allows you to move a lot faster while you have your shield activated. So 4 points to that. So just organizing my items by value and dropping the low value ones so I can take on those class mods. 2 of which I'll sell, 1 of which I'll keep and use right away. Here's a pistol chest. This is a pretty good acquisition here too. Slack rating on this is 1343, which is pretty high. My average Slack rating is just above 1,000 right now, so 1343 is pretty high. It's untested though, and for Athena, with the accuracy at 84% and with her hip firing all the time, that's the problem with these flat-off pistols. Any other, you know, character class would put them to good use, but Athena spends most of her time, or a lot of her time, hip firing because she's got the shield up, and that's pretty low accuracy for hip firing, even though it's the Slack rating is pretty high. I do actually field test it a little bit. It's pretty good, but I didn't want to risk dying. So I only field tested a little bit. So on it goes. So you're going to see this in action a little bit. And then I also want to put on that new class mod, which gives +4 to the Athena skill. Allow me to really zip around while I have my shield up. And I gave this a little test run too. Actually, I used it throughout the rest of the run. +3 to the Omega Senshu skill. I already have that on my other class mods. So this is great when I don't need health regen. There you go, not that over there. Athena increases movement speed and gun damage while holding the Aspis.
Nothing can get through my shield.
So look how fast I can zip around with my shield up. This is great. So that was a great acquisition there. And the Grim Troublemaker. I'll field test that in between videos and get back to you on that. I do use it a little bit though, coming up in a minute or two. So that is it with the loot here. Not sure what I'm doing here. More likely idle curiosity. It's exactly what I've got on board. If there's any other weapon I overlooked that might be useful. Then I decided I do want to take on that Malamute pistol at the far left there, because it's worth 733, and I know I have something in my inventory worth less than that. Really pinching my pennies here, because I just spent like 65,000 bucks in the business session earlier. Some of which was wasted on stuff that didn't pan out. Seemed like a great idea at the time, and then when I took it into the field, it's like, oh, why the hell did I buy this? As you saw. Next, we're going to go into this next little area here. You have to go in there because it's the only way to continue, and there's a weapon chest right, boom, there. Put a waypoint right there. If there's another one, well, I didn't get it. Once again, I have to keep reminding all the Mr. Spotters of this. My walkthroughs are not intended to cover all the weapon chests and all the goodies. I'm not a completionist, but I always get enough of them, you know, to get through the game. A whole bunch of enemies are going to spawn right here, so I'm going to whip out a Tesla. And this always happens. Every single time you get flanked. You get flanked on the right side. I always forget about that. Often he'll start flying up on your right side, and then he can flank you with a laser attack and set you on fire. Okay, so now I've got him under control. Don't shoot when he's ascending, Slack. He's invulnerable. Up come the big guns. Down goes that Eternal. And enough of that noise. And we're coming up near the end of this video. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when we continue our trek through Tycho's ribs. That's it. Slack is out. Hey you, we got an offer you no cannot refuse.
Oh yeah? What's that?
Subscribe!
Okay, now technically speaking, that's not an offer, that's an order.
Kiwi,
Yeah?
comment je vais dire, shut the fuck up.
Okay.